Hello, hello. It is Sarah Waggle, astrologer and leadership coach here for this Moon Astrology Tarot, this time for the moon in Leo. Okay, so the saving grace of this moon in Leo is that Mercury moves into Taurus. So it kind of slows down the mercurial energy. We have Mercury in Aries for 2 months. That is a long time, and we all may be very mentally fatigued, which could have been the advantage of having a little less happening during I say a little less, and it's almost figuratively during the moon in Gemini, the moon in Cancer, but this moon in Leo, fire sign, is going to trine the fire energy in Aries, which is Mars, the North Node, Chiron. And now Mercury is out of the picture. However, we also have the first quarter square moon. So some tension, tension may be the name of the game for this moon in Leo. That's kind of why we have to take advantage of the times when things are a little less, because any minute when the moon changes signs and brings fire back into fire, then um, the tension builds back up again. So it almost feels like we're on this like roller coaster of, okay, I'm up and I'm down, I'm up and I'm down, I'm all over the place, and I'm emotional and all of the things. And because that's just how energy works, right? And so we are certainly nowhere near. I mean, I feel like 2024 is just getting started as far as because we still have some planets about to change signs later on in Gemini season. Um, but I feel like with this moon in Leo, and it's a first quarter square, meaning we're halfway to the full moon in Sagittarius, which is a fire sign. Um, it, it, things could get erratic, could get a little intense, could also get fiery as far as this could light the fire under your butt. This could also fuel situations that are happening in the world. So it's a matter of being clear, being discerning as to what role you want to play. Leo is ruled by the sun, and the sun is in Taurus. And it's like, what earthly role do you want to play? Maybe you want to be on the front lines of protests and public speaking. Maybe you don't. Maybe you want to be behind the scenes. I talked about that with the moon in Cancer. Um, and I think there's nothing wrong either way. I also think there's nothing wrong with using your talents, your gifts to bring joy to the world. That sounded very cliche because that's the name of a song. But I think you get what I mean. It's kind of like you could bring something to this world. We all have the potential to be of service to this world, whether that is you just being you and being creative and fun, or you're bringing a service as in your psychic potential or your mediumship or your, in my case, like nerdy astrology intellect and wisdom, right? Like, what do you want to bring to the world that can be of service, in some capacity to others around you? And I don't know. I just really feel like there's a lot of people who are itching to do something and are very hesitant. And now is the time to be a little less hesitant and be a little bit more take the damn risk and see what happens, because you never know, right? Like you never know unless you try. There is no try, there is just do. Oh my goodness. So, and with Leo is just go do the thing, go do the thing. Try it. You just never know. You get stuck in your head about, well, so and so is not going to like it and blah, blah, blah. You're right. So and so is probably not going to like it. But these other 10 people, these other 500 people may love it and been waiting for you to present what you have to offer to the world. So let's see what's up with the Star Trek Tarot. Um, Queen of Starships in reverse, Queen of Cups in reverse in traditional tarot. This is Nurse Ogawa. Yeah, holding on to some emotions, making things a little unstable for yourself, because you're holding on to emotions. Unfortunately, to do the things that we want to do, it is sort of a necessity to let go of how you feel about something, whether it's fear or anger or, whatever it is. It's a lot of letting that shit go and doing it responsibly. Like, this could mean that, like, people are emotionally overloaded and they sort of, like, just emotionally fly off the handle. And that happens. I get it. I've been there plenty of times. And maybe this is like, you're finally going to, get the therapy or, whatever emotional support that you need. Maybe it's, adult children of alcoholics or Alcoholics Anonymous or something to that effect. To regulate your emotions, but also, like, not using your emotions to be manipulative, because that's not okay. And I feel like that happens a lot in the world. Like, just scroll through shorts or reels on Instagram or Facebook or TikTok or whatever. Um, you'll realize that people use these platforms to get all emotional. And one second. Um, get all emotional. And yeah, it's something that I and I don't want to be, like, unempathetic, but at the same time, it's like, regulate yourself before you take action. Like, I always, when I'm coaching with clients, like, I'm always like, get through your emotions, move through your emotions, feel your emotions and process them before you make a decision. Because you make a decision when you're emotional, you tend to regret it later. You tend to, oh shit, why'd I even do that? That was not the thing. And it's okay. We've all done that. Or if you make a decision out of being desperate, like, that always kind of comes back to haunt you a little bit. In the ancient feminine wisdom, we got Titch, Tyche, Titch, fortune. Ooh. Hmm. It's almost like I feel like it's, learning to manage your emotions, learning to be emotionally intelligent will support you in being fortunate, will support you in, making more aligned or decisions in integrity. Like, fortune is available for all of us. It's a matter of, choosing an aligned path or choosing an aligned mission, or whatever. When we do, back to that again, when we do things out of desperation, or when we do things because it's like um irrational or impulsively, it almost always ends up creating more chaos or conflict than it's worth. So this was a way tougher one than I thought, but I also think the tension is building between this Leo moon, and the activity happening in Aries, and even with the building conjunctions with Uranus, Jupiter, Venus in Taurus. Like, yeah, those are potent, powerful alignments, but they also, like, create us needing to move through some stuff that we may not like to move through. emotionally or mentally or I guess mentally and intellectually is the same thing, psychologically. Like it does create like this, because not everybody's ready to do the thing. They're not ready to take the leap. Not everybody wants to. And not everybody wants to see the world change in any particular way. And if they do, they want it to go their way and not anyone else's way. And that's counter Aquarian energy, which we have to always think about through this time with Pluto and Aquarius and Uranus in its position. So anywho, that's what I got for this moon in Leo. Thank you so much for tuning in. It being the first quarter square moon, I will be working on those Sagittarius, full moon, sun and rising signs. And so be on the lookout for those. And any other updates I will post in my community section. So do be sure to check that section out. I do tend to post updates there as well. So thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate you, sending you a lot of love, a lot of support, and a lot of heart through all of this that we're all moving through. I'll talk to you in the next video.